We live from the Steve's house.
You feel me?
Art to art.
Yeah, the Steve's house. That is the name of my studio, ain't it?
The Steve's house.
It is. The
I
Steve's
like that.
house.
You feel me?
You feel me?
Had to run it back, you know. Little technical difficulties.
Hey, this shit happens.
But
It's all part.
it is all part
You
of it.
can't say that.
We got Young Ocean, the Young
Man,
Wave.
got the next generation in
The
this
Young
bit.
Wave in here. You feel
Just
me?
running around.
Oh,
Doing what kids
man.
do.
How you feeling, gang?
Man, I'm groovy. I'm feeling cool. Can't complain. Trying to make it shake. Trying to make $100 in a day.
You feel me?
Consistently.
You feel me? Celebrate every win.
You feel me?
While you
Celebrate
doing it.
every win. Drop it
Celebrate
December
every
18th.
win.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
What about you?
I'm good, man. Trying to finish the year strong. Trying to finish the fourth quarter. You know, they say it's the slow quarter, but we about to heat up even more.
Man,
I
it's
always
only
like
slow.
ending it on a good note. You feel me? Get that
feel me?
energy going into the new year. So yeah, I'm just
It's only slow if you ain't
apply.
doing nothing.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah. Forget industry standards.
You
feel
did.
me? We on the abide by industry
Man,
standards.
you
We
know how
abide
many
by
times
our art standards. You feel me?
Man, you know
So,
how many
like,
times I seen folks say don't drop nothing in the December if it's not
everybody
Christmas.
always say that. Everybody always say that. Like, don't drop.
Man, unless it's Christmas jingles or whatever.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that, bro.
Fuck that. Right? Like,
Don't touch.
you about to drop something.
I am.
I remember 2019. I dropped Skywalker, like in December, and
Yeah.
that project is my most streamed project to this
Man.
day. Well, second after Act 2, but yeah, it's like, bruh, come on,
Come on, man. Like,
it's no
bro,
standards.
there's
no
no
rules
standards.
to this.
Like,
There's no
bro,
rules.
the shit that we use, like, I use Cubase to record stuff.
Come on, man.
Industry standard is Pro Tools.
Come on.
Fuck the industry. and people think when they record in my space is like industry level shit.
Bro.
It's not. It's all about what you know, what you doing with it.
Mhm.
It's not about the tools. It's what you doing,
It's the motherfucker using the tools, bro.
man.
And we was talking about that last time.
Man, because you still can't believe that mic over there is 11 years old.
That's so crazy to me. So, we've been recording together since what?
Like 2011 to be safe.
Nah, whoa, hold on. Nah, we got it. Okay.
Okay, you was recording at my house starting like 2011.
Nah, it was before that, bro.
You was
When
on
did you
my crib
finally
in
get
10th
this?
grade?
When did you finally get this mic?
I got that Christmas 2010.
So whenever you
So-
first got it, I was there.
Yeah, so
I had to be.
it was 2011 when I really started opening shit up.
Okay.
Because we was in 10th grade then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, even still, 2011. It's what 2022. We talking 11 years.
11 damn years.
That's
that
the same
microphone-
mic.
Same mic.
That's crazy to me.
Same microphone.
No, I don't think people understand because the quality is night and day. If you were to play the first record that we recorded on that mic
Bro,
and play the record that's coming out on your project,
I can give a specific song.
like what?
too. If we was to play Cinnamon Toast Bloopers and then play Light It Up,
Yes.
you would think I upgraded mics.
That's
You would think I upgraded software too.
crazy.
Well, I kind of did upgrade software but I still had the same shit. Because back then I had Cubase 5. Now I'm on Cubase 7. But I only got Cubase 7 because I got a new computer.
That's crazy.
Man. Oh shit.
I see, hey, Lil Wave.
Man.
Hey, Lil Wave, let me make sure it's all right.
You good? Because I'm going to actually turn on the monitor so I can be sure that we hearing ourselves right. We going to keep all that in.
Yeah, we still running.
You know, we still running.
running.
We still doing
You
this
just
damn
can't touch
thing.
that,
You
Ocean.
can't touch that, though. Excuse me, Ocean. Man, he's going to climb up on us and shit.
That's
But it's
crazy,
organic.
though. Organic, you feel me?
We keep it organic.
Fathers, dads. You feel me? What were we talking about? What was we just saying?
But nah, we talking about we was talking about the Cubase 7,
Yeah,
the microphone.
the microphone. The
Yes.
fact that it's 10 years old.
It's 10 years
And
old.
now, from then to now, like, I would even say, like, your stuff has been sounding like industry quality for the past 5, 6, 7 years, maybe.
You know, it's funny you say that
Like,
because even when I go back to From Me to Me, it's still it's From Me to Me is not as good as what I'm doing now.
Because you putting in 10,000 hours. Like, you going to get better
Bro,
every
I put
project.
in 30,000 hours.
Yeah, we done, 2 times over, 3 times over.
Nigga, we
like,
on 50,000 then.
Yeah, at this point. But, like, you learn something every project. And then that's when you can just start being free with it. Like, even me, I've just started mixing in 2018.
Really?
I mixed my first song in 2018. And from then, from now.
Which one was that?
That was Cincinnati, when I was working on, like, Cincinnati. I hadn't dropped Cincinnati to 2019.
Yeah.
But my first project that I mixed and mastered that by myself, Cincinnati.
Nice.
And from then, I mixed my next project, Skywalker, by myself. I mixed, I had help with Act 1, Sal, shout out Sal Dolly, Grammy nominated. Beyonce.
Shout out to Sal Dolly.
Yeah.
I don't even
he
know
helped
you.
mix that because he produced a lot of the joints, so he just wanted to, be hands-on with the mixing.
Yeah.
And then, but with that, though, working with somebody like Sal that's seasoned, I was able to communicate to him, this is what I'm looking for in a mix. So it was kind of like a co-mix. And also the same thing with my guy, Master Matt. He helped me out with Act 2. Shout out to Master Matt. So now I can collaborate better because I know what I'm doing with the tools. I know I know what compression is. I know what.
You know the difference between the delay and reverb?
I know the difference between a delay and reverb now.
You know
and
not to
echo.
call that shit an echo?
Exactly. Like,
man,
come on, bro. Like, so I know how to EQ. I know how to make. You just gotta listen. You just gotta listen, bro. Use your ears.
And then whatever you like, it's always best to have references. So it's like whenever I'm mixing whenever I'm doing a car test for my shit, look at your inspirations, look at your influences. Yeah. I'm playing Larry June, Currency, Big Crit, Payroll Giovanni, Isaiah Rashad, Primo Rice. I'm playing their songs in the midst of me playing my songs to be like, all right, did I mix this right? Especially when it comes to the 808, and the way how I want the bass to move, because there's a way that I EQ the final master track, that makes that 808 and that kick knock as good as how I got it.
Do you even take that same approach, because I had to learn too, it's a process with producers mixing their beats.
So the only difference I had to do with my beats, I had to start putting a soft clipper on my shit. And basically what that is, it helps not let my beats overmodulate because stop jumping on people, dude. You can't do that. Let's chill out. But what's crazy is, before I get into that, the fact that he's been loud this whole time and it's not picking up on these mics.
Directional.
Man, we got so much background noise, but you cannot hear it because it's not coming through the monitors.
That's lit.
That's crazy. But when it comes to the beats, it all depends on the producer. I know for sure I'm not the producer that's going to extract the stems and try to mix it mastering
mix
that
the
shit.
stems with your vocals and all that. Yeah.
Mm-mm. No, save that for the engineer and whoever buys the beat. But all I do, don't touch it. Thank you. You don't have to leave the room if you touch it. All I do is I adjust the sounds on the master. I adjust the sound on the on the mixer. I just adjust the faders and shit. What I want to be louder, what not. EQ the sound so make it sound like how I wanted it to sound. And then on the master track, all I do is put a soft clipper on it because the way I mix it and the way I mix it already, I like my shit bold, loud, especially the bass in the 808. I need you to, that shit got a knock.
So you do that before you even record to it?
Yeah, every beat I make, every beat I make, even the beats I put up on BeatStars, got that slight mix on it.
That's dope. That's dope.
And I learned to put a soft clipper on my shit from my homie Hunger Force. He a nigga I've been buying beats from for a minute. We kind of got a little rapport going on since I've been buying a lot of beats from him this year. And he fucks with some of my songs. Shout out to Hunger Force over in Cali.
Big shout out.
You feel me? I sent him a beat for a live beat feedback for some shit. He said, "Stop it, Ocean." I sent him a beat for a live beat feedback. He fucked on my shit. But he was like, the only thing I gotta do is just clip the top because the 808 was distorted at the top.
So like it was basically like making it muddy, making the 808 sound a little distorted and like.
Nah, make it less distorted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the one that, when I sent it to him before I started doing that, it was a mood bass. You want to go outside, or you want to go out?
You want me to open the phone?
Go to Grammy and Granddad and Uncle Jake. Bet. I'm not letting you back in. But so I use a lot of mood basses in my shit now. So the mood bass was, and I want people to hear my bass lines because the bass line,
I love that.
The bass line kicks the
that
track
low
up
end.
to another notch.
Yeah.
So the bass line was a little bit overmodulated, and he said on the live to get that right, just put a soft clipper on it. And ever since then, that shit made my shit sound much more harder, made it knock more harder, and it's not overmodulated.
And the beauty, bro, in that, you learning that, bro, it's dope to me because it's like we learn as we go, and that's cool. Like if you don't, like I feel like we try so, and this gonna go into like the next thing. I think some artists try so hard to like make, like they don't do shit because they think they don't have all the tools they need, and then they stall themselves out because they waiting. But what are you waiting for?
Man,
you learn best as you go and doing it and just getting the reps and getting the hours in. And if your shit sound ass at first, that's cool. Your shit gonna continue to sound ass if you don't try.
Your shit need to sound ass before it could sound good.
Yes,
because you gotta look at it like this, and this is what I had to start doing myself. Cause my computer can't take a lot of shit no more. My computer's literally on its last legs. Like it's at the point where I can't unplug it. Cause once I unplug it, that bitch dies. I know that vibe,
bro. My MacBook was. I just had to get a new computer.
Man, and I don't have. I cannot get a new computer yet. Like right now, it's just I'm praying every day that this shit still works. Yes. Because not only do I do music, I got a lot of graphics and shit on there. So it's taking up a lot of shit. Yeah. The only thing I had to stop doing was I can't make videos on there no more because that just fucks it up.
It's over for it.
Over with. So with that being said, because I can't add more shit to my computer, I can't add the VSTs I want. I can't add contact. I can't. There's a orchestra based VST that I really want to use, but I can't use it because it's too much memory. And they got like a lot of dope sounds, like a lot of dope horns, strings, a lot of dope woodwinds shits, and like those type of shits I want to put in my music, but I can't use it because my shit ain't gonna work. So what I gotta do, I just gotta work with what I got. A lot of my sounds come from Citrus. A lot of my sounds come from Harmless. And I mean, if you make beats and you know FL Studio, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm not hip at all.
Basically, those are like the bass VSTs. So those aren't the ones that people buy. Those are the freebies. And like even the mood bass I use, the Viking VK1 synthesizer. It's a free VST. So niggas ain't using that shit. But the fact that motherfuckers have told me that my shit sound legit, like literally a nigga that makes the same type of beats I make and has placements with that shit told me that my shit sound like it came from the legit hardware. And I'm like, hey, you just gotta play around with what you got, and you can make some dope shit out of that.
Put your hours in, bro. Put your time in, and then put it out.
Because if you can't find greatness in the little shit you got, how you gonna find greatness in the big shit you got?
Bar.
You feel me?
But that's facts, bro. You can't appreciate your growth if you trying to, especially if you trying to just expect to hop out sounding like pristine.
Man,
that makes no sense,
you
bro.
Cannot strive,
I just
you
learned,
cannot be perfect,
bro. You gotta work with what you got. I just learned. When was that? I was looking at this like a month ago. Ali, mixed by Ali, you know, TDE's engineer, worked with Kendrick, all them guys. He said they recorded Section 80, like the mic was like distorted, like naturally it was naturally distorted. So like halfway through halfway through the project, it got naturally distorted. So some of those sounds that you hear, like that, they had to just go artistically in that direction. So like on some songs you hear, like on Fuck Your Ethnicity, he mentioned like that was one of the last records, some of those parts are distorted because they leaned into the actual, because the mic was fucked up. They was still grinding, like they was still at a point where they couldn't afford to buy another mic, like, so,
hearing the shit in my head, like, I can hear that shit.
And I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But you still, like, it's things like that. And you hear stories like all the time, like, oh, we was like, I recorded this joint, like the Tim's chick. Yeah. She recorded that joint in her bedroom. Like, look at her setup. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, and it's those type of stories that's like that separate, I think, people. Yep. Like certain artists, like, cause you gonna do whatever it takes. Imagine once you get all the fancy shit. Imagine what you gonna be able to do with all that. So yeah, bro.
So I mean, shit. Just look where we at right now in the Steve's house. Like,
come on,
nigga. We got my wife's bakery shit in one corner of the room. My shit in the other corner. Got my Steve shit over here.
You feel me?
Just all weird shit. But this is where a lot of shit was going on. Like literally, the first 3 tapes of this year, like not even first 3 tapes, a lot of the songs that I dropped this year was recorded in my parents' house, in my old room. So that was like pretty surreal.
Wow.
The fact that I went back to my old room,
left
as Fresh Kid, came back making music as Wave Parker.
Ooh, that just gave me chills, bro, because I know the story.
Man.
You know what I mean? That just gave me chills.
Man, and it's crazy because it went from the corner room, it went from just a corner in my bedroom to now I got an office and shit. Right. And you just gotta love, and that brings me to like something that I've always been saying and I really wanted to bring up, and I'm glad we're doing this again because I get to bring it up.
Yeah.
In order, like, you gotta love the process in order for the process to love you back. Let me say that again. You gotta love the process for the process to love you back. Because once you love the process, that's when shit starts coming in.
Yes, bro. The process. Stop. And I had to tell myself this too, bro, because we get so concerned with setting goals for ourselves, but it got to a point where, like, I would write, like when I first started this, I was like, I'm gonna write down all my goals. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then a lot of those goals I didn't accomplish. And it was like a sense of like, damn, did I fail? But no, you got to retrain your mind to say, no, stop setting goals and start just focusing on the process and the action of it and doing it. Goals is just dreams and things that you put up on a wall that you hope to attain. Fuck all that. Stop trying to chase something, just do it. Because we're doing what we're doing right now. We're artists. We're not. It's not. You don't become an artist once you get a Grammy. You don't become a real rapper once you become a Grammy.
You become an artist by just doing it.
You become an artist by doing it. The process is the most important part. And once you train your mind as an artist to put action into what you're doing, you're gonna look up and then you're gonna be like, damn, look what all I just did.
What's crazy is this literally goes into what I just posted with Celebrate Every Win.
Yes.
Cause literally, I like that on the last slide of that picture of the post is my notes. And it, like, literally from the beginning of this year, I knew I was going to drop 6 tapes. Now, that was like damn near the only goal. Actually, it wasn't the only goal. But it was like one of those things where it's like, all right, let me just put myself through this shit. Let me see if I can do it. I really only dropped 6 tapes this year just to see if I could do it. Because knowing me, back then, I only dropped like a tape a year, maybe 2. But at this point, I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do 6. And it was because I was inspired by Larry June and Currency. In 2021, both of them dropped 6 tapes, I want to say.
Working.
Yeah. And like, I know with Larry, he was just dropping damn near every 3 months for like from 2018 to 2021 or some shit. So I was like listening to them so much and then seeing how their process is. I'm like, you know what? Let me do that shit. Especially since those are the artists I'm influenced by. Let me work like them.
Yeah.
So this year on January 10th, I said I'm dropping 6 tapes. If I would have stuck to what I originally, because I wish they could show like the edits and shit. Because if I would have stuck to what was originally done, I would have failed. And if I would have wanted to stick to what I was originally done, I would have been setting myself up for failure. That's why in that notes I had to put titles are subject to change and dates are subject to move. Because if it was up to me thinking in January, it wouldn't have been Keep Rolling On. It would have been New Age Funketeer. It wouldn't have been Celebrate Every Win. It would have been Congratulations. It wouldn't have been Child of the Bling Era. It would have been goddamn, what was that motherfucker called that I was gonna do? I forgot what another title was, but it would have been something like that. And it was like, you gotta be able to be flexible with your artistry and with your goals, and it'll make you bet. It'll set you up for success. Because with that, even though I said I was gonna make 6 tapes, I had to go with the process of which 6 tapes was gonna come out, and each drop was perfect for what I dropped. When I think about it, and then even some of the songs that didn't make the cut, it's like, all right, so what? I got another song that could replace it, and it worked perfectly.
And you allowed yourself to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? You took I don't even want to say took the pressure off yourself, but you took control of it.
Yep.
You kept it, you know what I'm saying? Because when you set goals, it's outside of you. You got to rely on hella external factors, you know what I'm saying? But when you set up the process, it's internal. So set your goal. So don't set a goal, set up the process. Just set up the process, follow the process, do the action, do the work, and just do it every day, and then look up and see where you at.
And then even if you set a goal, don't expect like a time crunch with it.
Right.
Like, yeah, there's some goals that does have a time crunch, and even if you don't make it, you gotta. And this is what I'm talking about with Celebrate Every Win. You gotta celebrate the fact that you even tried.
Yes.
Cause I got a bar that says some shit like, if I told you I made every goal I made, I would be lying. Cause I don't make all the goals I tell myself.
Yes.
Shit happens, but I can celebrate the fact that I fucking tried.
Yes.
And that's all you gotta do.
And I love that, bro.
And that's the winning. That's the win. That's where you get a W and the L.
Yep.
So I'm never losing.
Right.
You may think I lost, but I got something out of it, because now it's like, all right, this is what I could do the next time.
Niggas don't take L's, bro. Niggas just learn. That's it. We don't take L's. We just learn. So set up the process. Don't set the goals. I love that, and that makes me want to go into like with you. What was the mindset? Talk about like the mindset that you used to have when it comes to like releasing stuff to now you dropping, you know, frequently. Like what I know you said you was listening to Larry June and all that, but what's the importance behind that though? Like speak to that. Like, so
when I used to drop, and this is something that I had to like really get myself out of. I don't want to say it's bad to think too highly of yourself, but know where the fuck you at. Know where your status is. I used to think like when I drop, niggas is gonna stop whatever they doing and listen to my shit. Niggas gonna be like, oh, you hear this new fresh kid? Oh, you know, you hear this new damn, you hear what he said on that shit? Oh shit, my nigga just dropped. Let's get this shit. No, that really like fucked me up. Like I was too cocky with it, knowing damn well like, nigga, understand where you at. So when I became Wave Parker, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna drop. If you fuck with it, you fuck with it. If you don't, you'll find out at some point. It's on me to put it out. I'm gonna give out the art. The art is mainly for me to put out. It's mainly shit for me to like really listen to and shit. And I'm just sharing it. Yeah. You know, if you fuck with it, cool. If you don't, hey, more power to you. But I'ma still do this thing. So the reason why I just wanted to drop frequently is, like I said before, I just want to see if I could do it. So, like, each tape this year, it was like, all right, let's see if I can come up with a rollout. Let's see if I could come up with a theme for each tape this year.
Fire.
And it's like the fact that I actually did it was crazy, and that's what makes it perfect. That I'm calling this last one "Celebrate Every Win" because like that's why I got the trophies. Because if I didn't do that shit, these trophies wouldn't exist. So these trophies are just a reminder of like, all right, whatever you put your mind to and you actually execute, then you can get the trophy. You can say you won.
So fire, bro.
Man.
And it's like, I love it because like it fuels your creativity too. It makes you excited about doing this shit. When you sitting on stuff for so long, and this is me. Like I'm talking about myself.
Man,
when you sitting on stuff,
talked about peer
you when you sit on something for so long, you kind of like lose the joy behind it.
Yep. You
know what I'm saying? Because you living with it, you start to question it, you start to second guess the work, and you like, oh my God, like I don't. Now I'm about to tweak some more, dude. I'm gonna continue to sit on it even more.
Yep.
But I had to realize I was chasing a false perfection.
Yep.
I was chasing false perfection,
Can't do that.
Perfection is an illusion. We get so caught up in being perfect. We think everything has to be a certain way, but perfection just sends you in a loop. And you get nothing done. So perfection actually is worse than being being like just great. You know what I'm saying? Like perfect is the worst thing you can be. I don't want nothing to be perfect anymore.
Because then if you strive for perfect, how you gonna grow from it?
How you gonna grow?
Because what I really wanted to do was not only just build a catalog as Wave Parker.
Yes.
I wanted folk to see a growth in my artistry, and looking like when I put my shit on the shuffle, like when I was listening to my Spotify Wrapped, some of my songs from when I dropped when I dropped Thank God for Another Day was on that shit. So listening to them shits again with a fresh ear, I was like, damn, just within a year of what I've been dropping, you can hear the growth in what I'm talking about or what I'm doing. You can hear the growth in my voice. You can hear I'm more confident in a lot more shit with each song. You can hear like I'm just playing around, just trying new shit, and that's what niggas want. And like that's why I had to get out of as Fresh Kid, because if I'm thinking like niggas gonna fuck with my shit automatically, niggas ain't gonna fuck with the shit. So when I just put the shit out, now niggas is fucking with the shit like a lot more, and it's like, all right, cool.
You feel me?
Niggas is noticing. Cool.
Get out your head.
Man.
Let the music go. Get out your head. Stop trying to be perfect, because you're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. Let the music go. Strive for 90%. And I love that. And thank you, bro. Thank you. This whole year you've inspired me, bro. Like, for real, dropping as much as you have been dropping, and quality at it. Like, all the projects you dropped this year were great. You know what I mean? They were great. And they all had their own different theme, vibe to it. Man. And it's fun. Like, it's also fun. I love doing rollouts. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the rollout part of it is fun to me. So, being able to do 6 rollouts, I'm super jealous of you, bro. Like, you got to do 6 rollouts last year. Hey, and, like, that's, like, after creating and performing, I think rolling out a project is my like top 5 thing about music, because it's like I can get creative on that side with like the schemes and like, oh, what we doing with it, you know what I'm saying? And
marketing, bro.
Yeah, I didn't get to do that this past year, and I needed this year though to kind of like we dropped the BTB project. That was fun to do. We did a little marketing behind that, a little scheme behind that, but personally, I didn't drop no project this year because I had to like, okay, let me build up. Let me get all these records back making sense. So then when 2023 hit, oh yeah, it's up.
Yep.
It's up. So thank you, bro.
Ain't no problem.
Thank you.
It's literally just creating. And that's like another thing I had to do. Like, even though like I like as of right now, I have 110 finished songs. Mm-hmm. That's including the shit I dropped. But I want to say with the shit I dropped, that's only maybe 80 songs? No, that's like 70. Because Thank God for Another Day was 11 songs. Product on the Man was 10, so that's 21. Child of the Bling Era was like, 12? That's 32. So I'm gonna just say, damn near, I'm at 75 songs that I released this year. So I got 110 songs that's in the vault.
Crazy.
And then I got more that I can record. I got 35 more that I can record right now because I got the beat and I got the songs ready. So what I wanted to do was like, hey, I'm just creating. If they gonna stay in the vault, they gonna stay in the vault for a minute, but they gonna get put out at some point, and they're gonna come out when they supposed to.
So much freedom in that.
Yeah.
So much freedom in just creating and releasing it and doing it again. Creating, release, do it again. Fall in love with the process of it and keep doing it over and over again. Like, especially as underground artists, we're not operating by industry standards.
We have no obligations.
We have no obligations. Let that music go. And in the same sense, you're building up your catalog too. Like, so you building up property. Like, that's stuff that people gonna go back to and listen. You gonna make bread off of, even more bread. Your song, bruh, who knows? Like, these songs that we did back in 2019, or, well, for you, like 2021, Wave Parker, right?
2021.
Yeah.
2021, 2022.
You know what I'm saying? These songs are gonna be able to garner us more bread, more royalties, more, you know. So, man, yes.
And like, another thing on why, because like I low key hate when TikTok motherfuckers. I be on TikTok a lot, and I low key hate when motherfuckers be like, "Oh, just drop a single and push that single." No, nigga, I don't want to have just one song that people fuck with. Because what makes me happy is that with each tape I drop, everybody has a different song that they like. That's when you really doing some shit. When everybody has a different song that they like on your tape, that's how you know you got a good tape.
Yes.
Cause you like, and that's why I hardly ever drop singles. Cause it's like, bro, I don't want you to just listen to one song from me. I want you to hear how this gonna flow with the shit. Because if I drop a single, then it's like, I don't want to say it didn't fit with a track, because that's why I dropped "Marrying and My Best Friend." I dropped that because I wanted to, you know, drop a song. I dropped the song for my first year anniversary marriage. But I hardly ever drop singles. Right now, the only thing I'm doing is like dropping a minute, 30-second snippets type shit. Those are the only singles you're going to get.
Like, because, especially, bro, like you said, when you drop singles, you're just, like, that's just one song. We don't want people to just like one song. But when you drop a project, you can look at that as, if you got 10 songs, that's 10 singles.
It's 10 singles. That's
Somebody
10,
might
10
run up. 10
pieces of art you can work.
10 pieces of art.
10 music videos.
It's out. Yep. It's out. And that's somebody gonna like. You giving yourself, it's like basically like you in the gym. You're not just gonna shoot one shot.
Poetry in motion.
And then, you feel me? Poetry in motion. You're not just gonna go in the gym and shoot one shot and be done.
Right.
What if you shoot that shot and you miss? That's all you gonna shoot for the day?
Exactly.
Shoot that motherfucker, at least like get up 1,000 shots. Your percentage might be 300 out of 1,000. That's 30% though. And that 30% you can work 0%. With. Yeah, you can work with that. You feel me? With that. But if you going shoot one shot, if you go 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3, 1 for 4, 1 for 5. Like, get your shots up, bro. Get in the gym and get your shots up. You're not going hard enough.
Yep.
You're not going hard enough. But, man, let's take it back.
How bad we going?
All right, so all right, let's do this. I want to take it back to 8th grade.
Ooh. 2009.
Ooh. And then we're going to go on the journey. So from there we're going to go through 8th grade, through high school, through into college. And then we're going to bring it back around to like where we at now. But I want to kind of take people on this journey real quick.
My nigga said band class.
Band class. So what happened in band class, bro? 8th grade.
We was trombones.
Trombones. Come on.
Bro, we
musically
both played
inclined.
the goddamn trombones.
Come on.
Who was our teacher? Mr. Ferrara.
Shout out Mr. Ferrara.
Shout out Mr. Ferrari,
Shout
bro.
out Mr. Ferrara.
Bro, we was just thugging it on the trombones, bro. Just sliding that shit. Learning shit and just being class clowns with the shit.
Bro, right? Like, for real. I actually got good at that shit. Like,
bro, we was dope as fuck
actually got good at that shit.
We was dope as fuck with that shit,
bro. What that performance was lit, bro. I was in that motherfucker. Ha. But it's crazy because, like, we started making music around that time, right?
Yeah.
And, like, recording music.
Yeah, because we would hit Steven's house.
Yep.
Because I met. Well, I what's crazy is I've known Steven since kindergarten.
Crazy.
We went to the same not preschool. We went to the same goddamn elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So when I found out he went to Walnut, we got linked up and shit because we ran track, and that track season was when I started actually going to record.
Yeah.
Cause I actually started writing that summer before, and like that's when I first started writing. It was me, Montel, and James Oyewale.
Montel and James. Shout out Montel, man. He
Man.
doing his thing on the videography side, man. That's my dog.
But what's funny is we came up with a little group. We was on MySpace, and the way we would drop songs was like, yes.
I did not know this. I did not know this.
Hey, bro.
Yo.
Cause like it was in gym class with me and Montel, and I forgot how I got with James. It was with lunch. So like I made the MySpace page, cause me and James will make the beats, and we would just put them up on the MySpace, and then our dumbasses would say, if niggas want to listen to the song, they gotta read the lyrics and rap with it. Cause I fully remember being on MySpace and writing the lyrics. Like, this is what's supposed to go to this beat.
That is hilarious, bro.
And then once track season came around and Steven said, hey, I got a studio. It was over, bro.
I remember that day, or I don't know if it was the same day, but I remember I remember overhearing it. We was at lunch. We was on the Commons. Outside. Shout out to the Commons.
Man, they broke that. They tore that shit down.
That's crazy.
They shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's sad. But I had heard him talking about, I got a studio. I went over. I said, because mind you, I already, my first time in the studio, I was 9. So, I was always in the studio from a young age.
Yeah.
But it got to a point where I started, hooping. And, it was either that my mom and dad paid for studio time or these tournaments that we going to. So it kind of came to a halt.
So you can't have both.
Yeah, you can't have both. So it came to a halt around when I was 11, and I didn't get to record for 2 years, nothing.
Right.
And so when I heard that, I was like, "You got a studio?"
Man.
I couldn't believe a 12-year-old had his own studio.
Dog.
He was like, "Yeah, come through." I said, "Bet." I went home. I told my dad, "Can you drop me off in Avondale on Wilson?" Drop me off to my friend Steven house.
I don't even remember the street. I didn't remember the street. I just remember the house. When you had a white house then?
Yeah, it was a white house.
Yep.
White house on Wilson.
In through the back.
Yep. Come through the back. Went downstairs and it was crazy. And from that young age, we was already collaborating. Me, you, Steven, Brian,
J Blaze.
J Blaze. Shout out Louie and Friends. Shout out Louie and Friends. We know J Blaze, bruh. We know J Blaze. And Kid Prophet. Kid Prophet was hard.
Man.
Bro.
You wanna know what's funny?
What happened to bro?
I don't know. I really don't even know.
Kid Prophet was hard.
He was. What was crazy is I think I still got some of them songs.
Bro.
Dead ass.
New Generation?
It's dead ass. I think I know for sure I got the Roger That freestyle.
Yo, we went crazy on that. Bro, we was all trying to be like Wayne.
Shit. Bro, we was trying to be Young Money like a
Young Money for
bro.
real. New Generation. But it's just crazy, right? So we did all that. We started cultivating the creativity there. We started, investing into the gift. And we would go there often, every weekend, every other weekend, if
often. It wasn't every weekend, it was every other weekend.
And we was building from a young age.
If it wasn't every other weekend, we was there at least once. We
were there. You feel me? Yeah. At least. Bro, that's just crazy.
And, it's crazy because nobody else is really doing that shit.
Nobody.
It's crazy because nowadays niggas is making music off their phones.
Yeah.
Niggas is on that band lab and shit. No, bro. Back in the day, you had to know somebody.
You had to know.
Everybody wasn't trying to make music like they are today.
Mm-hmm.
So if you found somebody, you kept on to that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we had Steven with the shit, So that was 8th grade. We had Steven with everything. And then 9th grade come along, and that's when we found out about Mario. Mars doing his shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, bet.
Yeah.
There's more rappers in this shit.
Yeah.
And like, mind you, we're all just in Walnut.
And it was still a small pocket.
It was still just a small pocket of us.
Crazy.
And then, like, you know, niggas under us, we found out they trying to rap and shit.
Even guys older than us, too.
Yeah, go older than us. I was about to
shout out Allen, bruh. Allen for president. Formerly known as Pops.
Shit. Who was I thinking of? Donzel, shout out to God, dude.
Donzel.
He doing that shit.
Yeah.
Michi Stacks.
Bruh,
shout out to him.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think Michi was like one of my first features that was outside of niggas I knew for real.
Fire.
Cause he was fucking with my shit for a minute too.
Yeah, bro.
Like we still making the fact that he got on my Fruity Pebbles joint. I was like, hey, I need you on this shit.
Yeah.
And nigga fucked with me with that shit.
Dope ass track.
Man.
Yeah, bro. So it's just crazy, like just to see the journey. Like
the journey is.
It's been wild. So then, boom. All right, we move from that. We move into kind of our high school.
Really, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade was when when we started really finding what our sound really wanted to be.
Yeah. And we started really understanding music. Like, all right, like we about to, we real rappers now.
Man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We dropping mixtapes, all type of shit.
Before then, we really didn't have niggas that we can really look up to. It was like, it was either underground motherfuckers or what's on TV.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, growing up in Cincinnati, ain't nobody really, other than High Tech, ain't nobody here that was on that rap shit.
Nope.
So it wasn't until, I know for me, 10th grade was when I found everybody on YouTube. Like Timothy De La Ghetto, that went by Traffic, Dime a Dozen, goddamn the niggas that was in the ciphers, KID cipher.
KID.
Man,
Showtime.
Drama B.
Yep.
Bruh, classic. What's crazy is I would enter some of these ciphers thinking I'd be doing some shit. And I was like that was like part of my toxicity in myself. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm about to drop this shit and niggas about to be fucking with this shit.
Feel me?
Nigga, no. And like also with me producing, I found that producer community where like niggas don't understand that producer community that I was part of. We is really the blueprint of what's popular today because we was sampling anime and movie themes, titles and shit that you wouldn't really normally sample. We was doing that before that shit was popular. Who was a part of that
producer community, bro?
Oh, Rozzy K, Maxie the Man, Gage, TWE Shell Shocker, Aces Galvin, who else? There was a lot of niggas, bro.
I remember Rozzy K, bro. We had a joint.
Rozzy K.
He had some shit.
He's still on this shit.
He still got some shit.
Bro, that nigga getting good placements. I think the last thing I saw him trying to get a placement with was Joe Budden.
That's fire.
Man.
Yeah, bro. He had some shit back then, bro.
It's some New York nigga because he is a New York nigga too. But but yeah, bro, and the fact that I was there in the comments of YouTube because we was all just like from all around in different places and shit, but we connected in this YouTube community. I remember him saying, "This is my first beat," and like I was part of that shit.
Damn, that's wild, bro.
Man, and shit, even my nigga Negro Saki. I remember shout out to Negro Saki because he was a dope ass like older nigga that was in the shit. So mind you, I'm a 16-year-old. I bet. Still going? That's a bet. So mind you, I'm a 16-year-old around these probably college age motherfuckers.
Crazy.
Maybe 30-year-old motherfuckers too. But we don't know that because we just vibing off the music. I remember in one of our beat battles, I upsetted the niggas because I was the underdog and I beat the nigga Negro Saki and he was the motherfucker that everybody was saying, oh, this nigga gonna beat Fresh Kid.
Damn.
Just because I know Negro Saki. I've heard his shit. This nigga's chop game crazy, immaculate. And like I was going in that shit like, hey, I respect you, Negro Saki. You my nigga. But in this battle, I'm trying to come at your neck. And I did. And like that was like one of the first times where I was like, damn. this is some lit shit. I came up as the underdog on this shit.
And that nigga, that's amazing, bro.
Man,
Like just to hear it like that. I'm just listening to like, bro, like we have to celebrate every win.
Man, celebrate every guy.
Like for real, bro, because man, this shit is not in vain, bro, and it's a testament to our passion,
man,
our grind.
Listen.
So like moving from that, like all right, we in the era now. You got your own equipment, your studio up and running.
And now y'all niggas coming over.
Now niggas coming through to your crib.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Because Steven was doing his own shit. He's been doing his big numbers and things.
Yeah,
I don't want to say that nigga like left us in the dust, but I get it.
Yeah,
you know, you doing your thing. We ain't on your level yet.
Right.
So we on my.
We started cooking, but we started cooking.
We started working with what we got.
You feel me?
You feel me?
Started cooking, and that's what happened. Like we locked in. We started doing our own projects. I remember
it was mainly because
we
was listening to the same shit.
Yeah,
like both of us we was
inspired by the
Kendrick, Cole,
yeah, whole entire TDE,
badass.
Yep. I gotta throw like Chief Keef in there. You feel me? Cause like he was a big part of that. Gotta throw Nipsey, Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy?
All those cats.
We grew up deep in that blog era shit.
Deep.
But I didn't know about the blog era shit till like it was on the cusp of falling, which was like 2014, 2015. And like if I could go back and like literally listen to all them shits again, like when they first dropped, I already know. It
was like some like dark web shit we was on. Like it felt like we was finding niggas, we was ripping it off YouTube and like putting it on our iPods. It was a dope
Media Fire.
Bro, come on, bro. Media Fire.
Bro.
I'm talking about we finding leaks. We had projects before it dropped. Nigga, we heard all the projects before they dropped.
You had to make sure you hit the right download.
Right. That should have fucked your shit up.
Bro.
That should have fucked your shit. I was fucking up my parents' computer so much, bro. Like,
man, at this point I had my own laptop, so I was fucking up my own shit.
Bruh, and it was so dope though, like, cause we had come back to school the next day, bruh. Y'all hear this? Did y'all know y'all just heard that new?
Listen.
What? We finding songs, and I feel like we're in like a new age blog era now. It's just different. It looks different now because them niggas was dropping. They was dropping, giving us free music, bro. Yep. J. Cole was dropping mass mixtapes for free. Kendrick was dropping mass mixtapes for free. Wale was dropping mass mixtape. Big Sean.
Shit, that Wale for Lauren was my soundtrack for senior year.
Bro, come on, bro. And like we was really like getting a lot of music because they was dropping a lot of music. Yeah, and they was building a catalog and building a fan base.
That's what really helped with us figure like
really, we're the children of that. We're the children of that. Now look at us.
That helped us. I'm gonna say, well, we're teenagers of that.
Well, yeah.
Cause I'm a child of the bling era.
You feel me? Oh God.
But that era literally helped us see like, okay, this is where they at. They not too popular. Right. They're not mainstream, but they're underground.
Right. We know them.
Yeah. But damn near. Like they're easily accessible. Like we could just send them a MySpace message or a Twitter message back when you had to go on a website for that shit.
Or when you had to text it in. Text the tweet in.
Listen. The only time you had an app was if you had a BlackBerry.
Yes, bro.
Not everybody had a goddamn BlackBerry.
No. You was rich if you had a BlackBerry. Goddamn.
Man.
You was rich, boy. But that's crazy because, like, we were impressionable still at that age. We were still young. If you think we 14, 15, 16 years old, listening to these cats, seeing how they doing it. And now I just think that's just our essence. So now we figuring out a way to do it in this modern era. And I think how we're doing it is we just dropping.
Yeah.
And dropping it, putting it out on streaming. And now it's going to go back to it's going to not go back, but it's going to move forward to like, now you about to have to start getting this shit directly from us. Like in a minute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
everything works in cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, so it's in my drafts right now for a TikTok. a nigga was talking about niggas glorify early 2000s like it was like some magical land. Like, no, nigga, this is the shit we had to do. We had to go on LimeWire to download our music. We had to like literally go outside and do shit. And I stitched it on some like, all right, I'm gonna tell you from a hip hop standpoint. Have y'all ever had to burn your own CDs? Y'all don't understand about burning CDs, putting them in the slips, writing out everything, and then hoping that the next day when you start to go sell that shit, you can at least make $5 off of each CD.
Come on, bro.
Like, I feel like we need to go back to that type of
reach.
Bro, shit. Macaroni and beans.
You macaroni and beans.
Oh, shit.
Crazy throwback,
nigga.
bro. Crazy throwbacks.
Nigga.
You feel me, bro?
I feel like artists need to go back to doing that type of shit again.
And it is though.
Like
just
just
gonna be digital
go out
now.
cuz like one thing I had to think about cuz it's something is what you said back in April when the whole festival shit was going down. We're not just on the internet, we with the people.
Come on.
Like you said something along those lines. I can't remember what you said verbatim.
It was
along those lines. It's like when you out there with the people, hand to hand delivering shit. Cause mind you, just because you got 1 million followers on social media doesn't mean you really reached 1 million people. There's a lot more people out there that don't know you on social media.
Exactly.
And
if you just relying on social media, you getting lost in the sauce. It's hella people on that social media.
Dog. If you just go out there and do the grassroots option, motherfuckers will fuck with you a lot more because you put in a face with the name. It's not just through a screen.
Exactly. And now your social media could be even better if you use it in conjunction with the grassroots approach. Cause like I see it moving towards like people buying like the art from the artist. So and it don't necessarily have to be physical CDs, but I could come out with my QR code to a link that goes directly to my website that you have to purchase my album from. And I think that's gonna be it. Because people realize, especially people that's fans of the music, they realize like, but this shit is like not even Spotify and Apple Music, they're getting over on us, bro. We don't even have data to go off of from Spotify. Like I don't even know who's listening. I mean, I can see how many people I got listening, but where they from, but who? I need data.
And then the fact that streaming services take so much money from the artists. Like there ain't no fucking reason why one stream is worth 0.01 cent.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, that's 1 cent.
No, it's
0.00
half a penny.
Half of a
we talking about 0.005.
It's actually half of a penny.
Half of a penny.
Yeah. It's like that's some fucked up shit.
Crazy, bro.
Niggas don't want to support that shit no more.
And I think it's gonna come a time, or not. I mean, I think it's here. Like we're gonna start, bro. Like artists about to start taking back control, having their own platforms, having their own outlets to where like have your own Spotify type shit.
Because it goes like with the fact that motherfuckers is like, you know, you can get deplatformed at any minute with any of these like Twitter, Facebook,
bruh.
YouTube.
All your shit gone.
What are you outside of that?
Right.
What are you outside?
Right.
I can tell you, what you see on social is not the full me. I'm dumbing it down on social media.
Oh man, golly. Yes, bro.
Y'all don't even know.
Don't even know.
I don't even speak on all the shit that I could speak on social media. Not because I don't want to argue with motherfuckers. I'm not gonna argue with nobody on the screen. But y'all don't need that shit. Y'all don't deserve that shit.
Exactly.
If you want to get full me, you gonna see that shit face to face.
And it's different, bro. Cause like if you trying to do that through it's a whole medium between you and somebody else. Like it's hella barriers and it's hella like you don't know, like a motherfucker can be right here, right? I got my camera on. You can see some Gucci and Louis behind me, but in the background, I'm in a motherfucking dumpster.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? That's extreme, but I'm just saying like.
But it's real.
But that's just the like.
Niggas be wearing Montclair jackets, but they on the air mattress.
Come on, bro. Like it's a facade, and we know this. Like it's a facade, and it's not what it seemed to be. So that's why like. I just think naturally, subconsciously, humans, we know that. We get caught up in social media, but I feel like essence, every functioning human inner subconscious knows that this shit is not real.
Man.
So it just hits different when you in person with somebody. Subconsciously, they're more likely to fuck with you because they see you in your entirety, in your totality.
Right.
Like, so yeah, bro. All right, where was we at? So we was moving through there, high school and shit. Like,
yeah, we had blog era, so we was talking about like that was like 10th to 12th.
Yeah. So I want to kind of talk about. But before we get to college, I want to kind of talk about, because we touched on it last time, but you know, fucked up. I want to talk about like you.
What you got for me?
Dealing with, you know, people
how
saying
niggas say I was shitty.
People not fucking with your shit.
Oh man.
And like how, cause for real, like I mentioned last time, high school has a big impact on a kid's, you know,
has a
mental
lot of,
and just, you know.
If you don't have the mental fortitude for it,
if you don't have it, it can really fuck you up for life. You can see, I see grown ass people still, you know, reeling from like shit that happened to them in high school. So speak on like, you know, going through that and how you were able to like, you know, still do you and still be you.
So basically, from a young age, I was always like taught, just be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. But you know, that's easier said than done.
Yeah.
So I would always keep that in the back of my mind. Don't worry about other people thinking me. But you know, when motherfuckers was a fucking with me, it was like, all right, whatever. I'd say whatever, but deep down, I'd be like, damn, man, come on, give me a fucking shot. And like I said last time, like I was low key jealous of like you and Steven because like we all doing the same shit. We all making the same shit. I'm with y'all doing the shit.
Yeah.
But niggas would only fuck with what you two are dropping and then like overlook my shit.
Yeah.
So, or if they listening to my shit, they're automatically saying it's shitty. So I'm like, damn, all right, what the fuck ever. So it was really just like a big ass chip on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And that also got into the point where senior year I just stopped giving a fuck. Like senior year was my most I don't give a fuck era of shit because I had got accepted to Tennessee State. At that time, I wasn't planning on ever coming back to Cincinnati because I was just jaded from the fact that y'all niggas don't fuck with what I got. I'm coming into my sound. I'm coming into what I want to do. And if y'all ain't with me with the shit, fuck you. It's still kind of like that. But it's only like that because I'm at a point right now where it's like, if you don't understand the vision that I'm doing, that's cool. It's not on you to understand. The vision is for me, and if you see it, cool. If you don't, I'm not tripping about it because it's not for you in the first place.
It's not for you.
But at the time when I was in high school, I was trying to make popular people fuck with me, knowing damn well I wasn't popular. And I had to grow up and understand that it's cool to not be popular. You really don't want to be popular because then you got an image to uphold, and who wants to uphold an image that ain't themselves? Being popular was not me, and it took probably till goddamn sophomore year of college for me to like really get into that. That I just could not be popular. Cause it was going on with that in college, like in some sort of sense. Cause niggas would always tell me, "Hey, you gotta make a popular song and shit." And I'm like, "No, that's not me." So I just stick to what I do, and I still get upset when motherfuckers wasn't fucking with my shit, cause it's like something different. But it's like, you know what? Fuck it. If it's for them, they'll listen. If it's not, you just gotta let it go.
It's for you. It's for you. If it's not, it's not.
So to bring it to how I am now is literally just that. You know, I put out all these songs. I do say there's something for everybody on there, on my shit. But I got a niche audience. I got a niche market that I'm trying to hit. If you fuck with the steez with it, cool. I appreciate you greatly. If you don't fuck with it, don't fake it.
Right.
Just let it be.
Right.
Don't tell me you fuck with my shit.
I need to know who the real ones are.
Shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Cause then I can stop catering to you.
Exactly.
Like, for example, like niggas know my wave is that Larry June, Currency, 80s player type shit, Jay Worthy type shit. I know who's gonna fuck with it, and I know who ain't gonna fuck with it.
Right.
I'm not worried about who ain't gonna fuck with it no more. Back then, I was worrying too much about who ain't fucking with my shit, and it really fucked me up. Like, there was so many times where I'd just be in my room just looking at the microphone like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? Like, where is my audience at? Because it ain't that Walnut.
He said it ain't that Walnut.
It wasn't that Walnut. It wasn't that, if it ain't at Walnut, it wasn't going to be at Withrow. It wasn't going to be at Schroeder.
Right.
It wasn't going to be at Winter Woods. It's not in Cincinnati.
Right.
So what the fuck am I doing?
Exactly.
But that's why earlier I had to say you got to trust the process. You got to love the process. At that time, I was just going through the process. It wasn't no trust in it, and it wasn't no love in it, but there wasn't no quitting. I just knew I just wanted to make music. So I will say it's dope that I stuck with that shit.
Man.
Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be making the shit I am today.
And that's amazing, bro. Cause, and you know, when we were in high school, you know, you was my guy. Like, you know, we was locked in every weekend, and I would try to, you know, explain to people like, bro, just listen to him. Like, just listen to him. Like, cause I saw the shit. I saw like the work, and I also like just saw your creativity and how you thought, your process. Like, and so I had a bit of a bias, but I just knew something was, you know, I knew something was like dope about your music. And now to see it elevate and see that you found like that pocket, it's crazy. Cause actually I was talking to my pops about this shit. He was like, man, yeah, he fucking with your shit. You know, he a West Coast nigga. Like, my pops from the Bay. So he loving like your new sound now, and like how you have like went from, cause he used to always say like you gave him like a old school feel, but like he felt like it was over like the wrong type of sound. And so now I think it just came full circle to the point where it's like you really found that point, bro. You got that shit, like, and now people like really seeing it, and I think it's cool because now, all right, so we transitioning like from, cause I know exactly where I want to land with this. So we transition from like the high school, you know, and I could kind of touch on like my high school experience too, real quick, like with music. I always, I would drop. Well, when I first dropped my first mixtape in high school, Reach, that gave me like a lot of like confidence, bro. Like, cause
everybody was fucking with that.
Like, it was crazy. Like, I would hear people come back singing the songs. I'm like, yo, this is what it feels like to actually like do music. Like, I got fans.
I'm finna fuck you up real quick.
I got fans.
They say we in deep water. My feet only covered.
Come on. They say we in deep water, my feet only covered.
Man,
niggas was talking about some shit.
Bro, you was on that prolific shit, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Like,
you was speaking that. You was always speaking that shit.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. And then people would come back, like, people was like, oh, I want to buy it. Like, they hear other people bought it, now they want to buy it. I'm printing off. I'm in the library printing off my cover art. I brought CDs to the school, like, and like that was my first experience with like just like having fans, actual fans, and like having a business aspect of it. So boom, like we doing that. But then I think I got so caught in my head with like I dropped 2 projects that I sold in high school, and then it's a project that to this day,
peer pressure.
Yeah, that
still
bro
on my
like
computer.
Still on his computer.
If
I never dropped.
If you got it on your computer still,
I think I got it in my drive. You sent it to me in my drive, I think.
Cause I was about to say I'm the only nigga with that shit.
Yeah, for sure. You were the only nigga with it at a point. Even me, I didn't even have it. You the only one that had it for a while. And I used to be so in my head with like my music because like, and I realized looking back, it's because I took my music so serious back then. Even though it wasn't like, I wouldn't say a priority, it was still something sacred to me. Yeah. So like,
you put it on a pedestal.
I put it on a pedestal.
Put pussy on a pedestal.
I put that pussy on a pedestal. Like, for real. I put my music on a pedestal from a young age. And I'm happy about that, but also I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have been like that because I could have been, putting shit out and really like honing in on my craft even more. But it just goes to show like, like how we've been saying this whole time, we've been at this shit. We really been at this shit passionately for a long time.
Long time.
It's crazy, bro.
This
So
ain't
moving
new.
from that, like, all right, high school, we went to college. You went down to TSU.
You're-
I went on to play basketball. I was in Columbus for 2 years. Came back home to play my last 2 years in the city. So I want to speak on like your music experience through college. How was that, and like,
So
how did it shape you now?
So I already knew when we was starting out, like, my sound is southern as shit. Cause I got a bar where I said I started rapping because of T.I. And it's true, because my first song, Talk Now, which nobody has, that's a lost file. My first song, Talk Now, came from me doing laundry and listening to T.I. Hurt. And for some reason, the line, come on, nigga, talk shit now, just stuck with me. So I literally wrote a whole song just going off of that damn word, just going off of that damn line.
That is dope as
So
shit.
T.I. was all T.I., Ludacris. I'll throw Busta Rhymes in there, even though he's not from the South. But them three was like my main inspirations when I first started rapping. But mainly T.I. and Ludacris, and Big Timers, and playing Midnight Club, 3 Dub Edition, and Def Jam and shit.
Def Jam.
I was always like within hip hop and wanting to get into shit, driving my influences from that shit.
Yeah.
But it always came to the South whenever I would like be inspired. So going to TSU, it just helped me like be intertwined with the South. Like, even though I wasn't like more southern I could have been, cause if it was up to me, I would have been at FAMU down in Florida. But I fucked up my junior year. Parents was like, "Oh, you got a 4-hour radius now," and I was like, "All right, whatever." Cause they wasn't gonna send me to college just to fuck off while they paying for it.
Right.
So that's why I went to TSU, cause it was like right there on the cusp of 4 hours. And me being in the South is what really helped me find my Southern sound. Because I was inspired by Big Crit, still inspired by Big Crit, and inspired by 3 6 Mafia even more. Being at TSU, I'm around a lot of Memphis niggas. Shout out to my folk in Memphis, making easy money, pimping hoes in style. Because what they always say with TSU is also known as Memphis State University, because a lot of niggas from Memphis go there. So that's what helped me get in my southern range and shit, to the point where niggas think, even to this day, that I'm from Memphis. Like, literally, a chick from Somerset, when I first started performing there, was like, "Are you from Memphis?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm from here." But it was like, the way you talk, you sound straight from Memphis or somewhere in the South. I'm like, hey, it's within me.
Right.
And then the fact that I found out like this past year that my family migrated from Mississippi, so
Crazy.
Southern is in my roots. So being in the South just helped me find my Southern twang, Southern style, my Southern flavor, my Southern drawl and shit. Even though I'm originally from Cincinnati, it's not like I'm faking the funk with it. Because even with the South, I'm inspired by a lot of niggas from Houston, like UGK, Fat Pat, DJ Screw.
Yeah.
You hear that shit in my music because being in the South,
the low pitch.
that's what I'm listening to a lot. Like, even the type of cars that I like, I found out like just a couple years ago, like even more getting into like what a lot of terms are, like learning about swangers, slabs, G bodies and shit like that. A lot of that shit come from Houston culture or Southern culture with their cars and shit. So it just really helped elevate what I already knew I was interested in, huh?
It brought it out. It sounds like
it just brought it out a lot more.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, for me with college, my experience with music in college was like, so I played basketball, and I didn't release no music while in college.
Yeah, and I remember telling you about that.
Yeah, I released no music while in college. But I wrote every day. Once again, I wrote every day.
Yeah.
I would rap every day, literally. But one thing I noticed, though, looking back, we talked about this last time, looking back, I would rap for my teammates,
Yeah.
and I rap for people at the school, whatever. Like, and they love my shit. Like, they love my stuff. And now, what I was doing though, organically, was building fans of my music, like genuine fans of my music,
Yep.
because I would rap and they'd be like, "Bro, you hard." They knew, like, after games in the locker room, they'd be banging on the lockers, and I just freestyle and I go crazy, and everybody be like, "Bro," like, so like I was really organically building a fan base. Cause now, fast forward now, my same teammates are fans of my music. They listen to my shit. And this is crazy because I hoop with a lot of different people from around the country, or at least around in the Midwest area, I would say. You got Columbus, you got Cleveland cats,
Yep.
you got Chicago, you got Detroit, you got New York, you got had a couple Nashville people that was on my team before. Florida had a shout out to my guy Stefan from Serbia that used to rock with my
Overseas and
joint.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I was building fans of my music, because now we still connected on social media. You know, we built lifelong friendships, and they still mess with my stuff. And I think that was my experience with music. Although I wasn't at a point where I was like taking it serious as a business while in college, I still organically built up people that support me to this day. So
Right.
I'm grateful for that experience. Who knows? Like, if I would have started dropping then, who knows where shit would have been now. But I'm not worried about that, because I know I still did something positive, like, with my music, even though it was indirect, you know.
And what we could go into, what you just talked about, is the networking aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing that really got me good with college. I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. Because when I went to TSU, I didn't know nobody. Like, literally, the only way I knew and we talked about this before, but we getting it on camera now.
Yeah.
The only way I knew niggas at TSU was from Twitter, #TSU17. So if you didn't have #TSU17 in your shit, I didn't know who you was. Once you had that #TSU17, I slid in your DMs, introduced myself, and like, yo, what's happening with it? Let's link up whenever we get on campus type shit. But once I got on campus, once it was in person, you know, niggas wasn't really checking their phones. We outside trying to do shit. It's 2013, nigga.
Right.
It's freshman week. We trying to go to the club and shit.
Yeah.
So literally, once my parents left the campus, I was on my own. So I had to not be afraid to talk to somebody if I wanted to do shit. And what I did was, you know, this is when I was still fresh kid. You know, one of my main things when I talk to people, I was like, yo, what's up? I'm TJ from Cincinnati, but I go by Fresh Kid because I'm a rapper. I let niggas know off the rip that I rap. And if they wanted to hear me spit, I had a good 10 verses in my head that I could just rap right there.
Yeah.
And let them know I'm serious about this shit, to the point where like, niggas still to this day from TSU still call me Fresh. Like, that's how much I branded myself as Fresh Kid.
That's amazing.
Man.
That's dope, bro.
Like, I gotta continuously tell folk, like, yo, it's not Fresh no more, it's Wave Park. But the fact that I went through TSU and, like, let niggas know, like, yo, I rap, I had to make it a point that I'm gonna make a stamp with my rap shit, so I could not be afraid to talk to nobody.
Exactly.
So now, because of that networking, and even just being part of organizations and shit, I'm not afraid to talk to nobody. I'm not afraid to let people know what the fuck I do. Cause even with part of one of the organizations I joined, when they was grilling us, they asked me, the older members found out, knew I rap because I would always talk about that shit.
Yeah.
And niggas would have me rap on the spot. And even under pressure, I can give you some bars.
Word.
Like, it got to, like, it's a point now where I damn near started a tradition at TSU. So the organization I was part of, Collegiate 100, you know, we have bonds for each year or each group that comes in is a new bond. So my bond was Bond 9 that came out in goddamn 2015. With our bond, with the bond before Bond 8, when we went to their induction, the bond that brought in Bond 8, Bond 7, they'd had like a little presentation. So they did a cipher for they shit. Them niggas was whack. Them niggas was ass with it. So I was
whack.
So I was like, oh, these niggas rapping. There's rappers here at TSU. I bet I'm gonna get in with some of these niggas.
Of course it is.
But first, these niggas on the screen giving this presentation is ass. I'm gonna change that. So the next year when I was able to join and shit, my main goal was to make it to the induction. So when they find out about Bond 9 on our presentation, it's gonna be a rap.
That's fire.
So, but first, niggas was just doing ciphers. You know, pick a beat, they rap about, organization and shit, and that's it. Nah. When I came in, we made our own song.
That's dope.
We made our own song as Bond 9. So we had 35 niggas that got inducted with me. So 34 of the niggas plus me. I came up with the hook. I made the beat. Sent it out to the motherfuckers. They was fucking with it. We had one of my niggas did the hook, and then for each 16, we had three verses that was 16 bars, 4 niggas each verse. So
4 niggas each. Hold on, wait.
4 niggas each verse. Plus we had another with 3 verses.
So you had 12. You had 12 niggas.
12 niggas on one song. Well, really 13 because we had a nigga on the outro. Actually 14 because we had a nigga on the hook. But really it was 15 because we had a nigga on the goddamn intro.
So y'all all had 4 bars.
We all had 4 bars.
That's crazy.
So when we dropped that shit, bro, you don't understand. Like, we dropped that shit on campus. We had the female organization singing that shit.
Wow.
We had other niggas that wanted to become 100 because that's how good that song was.
Wow.
They wanted to bump that shit. We had it got to a point within the song that some of them niggas was dissing the other male orgs. So when they came out, when they got inducted, they did their half-ass attempt to try and do the same shit we did and try to diss us. And we're like, bro, y'all ain't boss 9, fuck y'all. So we was really having diss track. We really started diss tracks between organizations and shit. But yeah, after that year, damn near everybody started dropping songs for their shit. And that wouldn't have happened if I ain't do my shit.
Yo,
if I ain't come up with, nah, nigga, we about to make a fucking song.
That's fire. That's legend.
Man.
That's some legendary shit.
So if you're at TSU and you listen to this and you see niggas making songs to their organization videos or whatever, that came from me.
Come on, put some respect on it.
Niggas was not doing that. Cause like a lot of rappers that at the school, they was just doing their own shit. Like shout out my nigga Kavo, shout out 2 Cent, RP my dog, CEO Young Sir, and a lot of other niggas that was rapping and shit. They was just doing their own shit. They wasn't part of organizations. I brought that shit to that. I said, fuck that.
Shit to the corporate.
Nah, bro.
To the goddamn orgs.
You feel me?
That's fire, though. That's just a testament to the innovation, bro. Like, all right, seeing a void and filling it. You feel me? As artists, we are void fillers. I think the best artists are void fillers. If you're giving something to the people that's needed, how can you be needed? You know what I'm saying? And
you just can't be afraid to put yourself out there.
You can't be afraid to step outside that box.
That's exactly what TSU taught me. Like, just don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Because if you authentically yourself, they gonna fuck with you.
Right.
Like, and like being at TSU, like as an HBCU, that was like literally my first time seeing multiple different types of black folk. You know, you got folk that like, well, basically, black people are not a monolith. You know, we all different. We all got different aspects to each other.
Absolutely.
And that TSU helped me see that.
See all aspects of blackness.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope, bro. That's dope. So boom. All right, TSU. We did high school. We did middle school. We did high school, college. So now, post college.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this.
So now we in 2018, 2019.
Ish, right?
Yeah.
I remember, when did you, I remember being down in Nashville. You were still living down in Nashville.
It was 2017.
2017.
Actually, no, yeah, that was 2017 because you came down during Kennedy's birthday, and I was on spring break.
And I recorded A Penny for My Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And you was like in your broken woke phase.
Mm-hmm.
But from that, I remember when did I come down? When did you start working? Was you still in college when you started working on From Me to Me?
Technically, yes.
Okay, so boom, that's perfect then. So I remember being down there and you telling me about this project. At the time,
Yeah, I told you about that. That was actually 2016. No, that was actually 2015.
Was it?
Well,
okay.
Was you talking about when I was living in that church?
Nah. That was
Okay,
that was way before then.
Yeah,
I'm talking. This is when y'all was like, y'all were living in a house. No, that was Broken Woke.
Yeah, that was Broken Woke.
After that, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, my uncle came with me.
Yeah. That was 2018.
Remember, my uncle came with me.
That was like 2018, early 2019. Because I know Kennedy was at
because I was getting ready to drop Cincinnati.
Yep, Kennedy.
And I was showing you some records from there.
Because you showed me Lottery Ticket.
Yeah.
So I remember that's still my favorite song off that track. Yeah. Because of that sample.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
And I know Kennedy was at work during the night shift at that time. So yeah, it's that early 2019 era.
So yeah, and I remember you talking about From Me to Me. At the time, I don't think you was thinking about Wave Parker. Am I right?
Nope.
So, but I remember you saying like, this is like gonna be a big album for you.
Yep.
I guess like, so talk about that process and then how that led to Wave Parker. How that led to like you start really becoming Wave Parker, and then I want you to like go into like how you got Wave Parker and why did you land on Wave Parker.
So boom. So we talking 2019.
Yeah.
So it really started December 2018. Cause during that time, I ain't have a car, cause one of my friends wrecked my shit, or ex-friends wrecked my shit. And during that time, that's when I was heavy on the Uber, heavy on the Postmates, just heavy on the like, I'm not working for nobody grind. So that's when I really first realized that I fell into a depression and didn't really know it.
Ooh.
I was just functionally depressed.
Yeah.
But it was like, because I wasn't like everybody else depressed, like really sad type shit, I didn't know I was depressed. But
that'd be the shit too,
man. But looking back on it, I was depressed as fuck, cause I did not know what was going on. But I knew the only main constant at that time was, I know I'm working on this tape From Me to Me. At that time, it was really gonna be called the Steez. No, it was gonna be called the Bronze. No, what the fuck was that shit was gonna be called? It was gonna be called cause it's in my folder right now. Either way, it was gonna be called something Bronze Edition. Cause it was gonna be a trilogy series.
I remember that. I remember you talking about that Bronze Edition.
It was gonna be
thing.
a trilogy series.
Yeah.
We good? Yeah. Bet. So it was gonna be a trilogy series. It was gonna be the Bronze Edition, Silver Edition, and Gold Edition. And this is where I had to tell myself, like, stop. This is where, like, I know for sure where goals was like, you gotta stop putting unrealistic goals on yourself. Because what I wanted to do with the Bronze Edition, I wanted to get big enough to where like niggas is like fucking with the shit heavy. Like, this is gonna be like my Section 80. This gonna be my goddamn So Far Gone. This gonna be my goddamn what's Wale's first shit, and Attention Deficit.
Right.
Like, I was on that type of
man. I was
mentality.
really thinking like that too at a certain point. That's crazy.
So it was like that's when it was like bronze. And then like I dropped singles during that time. Like, I dropped a single in January, February, March, and then after March, I didn't drop a single no more because I couldn't make the video for April. Because January was Wake Up, February was Super Duper Steez, March was Steezy Wonder, and then April was gonna be a track called It's Your Birthday. I couldn't get the video. I couldn't link up with nobody to do the video for It's Your Birthday, so I was like, fuck it. I'ma just take the songs that I was gonna do for this release and drop a Prelude EP. So that's why that EP was called Prelude to Bronze.
Mm-hmm.
So dropped that 10-track EP, Prelude to Bronze. Niggas was fucking with the shit, but now this is like niggas know I'm dropping something bigger than that because this is when I was like heavy on my Instagram story.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm teasing shit like 4 more months till the album drop.
Yeah.
Like damn near every day type shit. So after I drop Prelude to Bronze, I'm working on From Me to Me. And like this is like I'm going through my regular shit of how I construct a tape. You know, I'm just working on those songs. And if a song doesn't work out, I'm fixing the track list to you know, work with what works.
Right.
So I'm Ubering and shit. I'm letting people hear the demos and everything, and folk fucking with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Got cards made, got business cards made.
Great marketing.
Like fresh kid. You know, if a Uber customer sees that shit in my cup holder, I tell them, yeah, take it.
Yeah.
So that was like my grassroots marketing, Ubering, playing my beats. And if they ask me, can I rap for them? I was rapping for them.
That's fire.
There's probably there was like a lot of videos of me rapping for Uber customers.
That is
in Nashville. But when it came to From Me to Me, that was like my first tape where I was like literally like just like paying for shit, trying to get shit going. Like I know that was like that's the most I ever paid for 3 beats. Like 3 beats I got from this nigga named Nascent, and he worked with Chance the Rapper. That's like the only credit I could think of.
Yeah. I think I know a lot. Not a lot. I know a few people in the city that mess with.
Yeah, JB.
Yeah, JB, Monty. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's like the first time I ever paid $500 for a beat. But the songs I paid for beat for from them shits is dope. Like 1440 Interlude, that's a dope ass
track.
But yeah, so like that's the first time I ever made like multiple demos for an album. Cause like when I went to the before I came to your crib last week, I was listening to that shit. And I looked in the folder, I had demo 1, demo 2, demo 2.5, demo 2.5.2, demo 0.3 type shit.
Yeah.
And like I had so many different versions of it because one, I didn't know the title of my shit till a month before it came out.
Word.
Dead ass. Like,
damn.
Like, so that shit dropped in like late October. Yeah, October 28th, I want to say, or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't figure out that title till like September.
Damn.
And then like I don't know what.
You just had the records.
Yeah, I just had the records.
Damn.
Like I had the intro and everything. And then like it was one of them things where I don't know how I came up with it. But it was like From Me to Me. All right, this is the story of me as fresh kid, 25-year-old fresh kid, talking to me, 18-year-old fresh kid, because it was the culmination of my growth as an artist.
Right.
And it was just like me saying, like, it was like literally me saying, like, I'm proud of where you coming, where you going, but we still got more to go. You know, like basic shit.
Right.
But I also see it as a double disc because From Me is like the first half of the shit, and then To Me is like the second half of the shit.
Damn.
Yeah.
I actually think you remember breaking that down to me though. That's dope though.
Man, that's why that shit's 24 damn songs.
12 and 12.
Man, but
damn.
But yeah, and then I was also heavily inspired by Big Crit, Forever Is a Mighty Long Time, which that's a double disc as well. Cause the first half of the shit he's speaking as Big Crit, the second half of that shit he's speaking as Justin Scott, which is like his his real name, so it's his true form.
Yeah.
So it was basically going shit like that. So with From Me to Me, when I dropped that shit, that was like also the first time where I had folk really like excited for one of my releases. Like because of the rollout, me just talking about the shit, homies talking about the shit, just being constant on the promo with the shit. Niggas was really excited for that shit. And like that was my first time. In the first week I got 2,000 streams on that shit. And I'm like, damn,
dope.
I bet. scratch that off the list.
How did you feel though,
Bro,
afterwards?
I felt wonderful with that.
So, but after the dust settled,
Yeah, I was like, bro.
once it was out, you put all this work into it, right? How did you truly feel?
I felt like, you know, this is a good tape to do.
Mm-hmm.
This was something good to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just thinking about it at the time, there was a reason why I couldn't really work on anything else after that, because my original plan for 2020 was each month I'm gonna drop a video for a song. So I did good with that. Like February, what did I drop in February? No, January. Shit, I forgot what I dropped in January. But I dropped the video. No, the first video I dropped was goddamn Sheesh. And I think that dropped in December. And then January was From Me, the intro track. February was 1440 Interlude. March was I'm With It. April was Hands Down. And yeah, I was like, that whole year I was just gonna drop videos.
And that was 2020. 2020, yeah.
So 2020, COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
And also Ocean was born in February. So like a whole different trajectory started happening.
Yeah.
And also in 2020, like in March, that's when I first heard of Larry June. So I say that because that's gonna tie into shit later. So in 2020, when COVID happened, it was like shit started like being real weird. So I had to stop Ubering because everybody, like, I got a newborn, and like this is when COVID was at the highest point where everybody freaking out and shit.
Yeah.
So niggas telling me like, yo, you got to get a stay at home job. You got to stop Ubering. You don't want to bring your wife and kid are going to be immunocompromised. Even though you don't get sick, you can carry that shit. You don't want to carry that shit to them. So it's like, all right, I had to settle down and shit. So I'm not Ubering no more. I'm working for unemployment, working from home. We in Nashville. Had to come up here, stay with my parents for a bit for quarantine. And at that time, it was like, all right, shit is not going as planned. But it had to go like that to get to where I need to go. So once we get back to Nashville, you know, we just in the crib. I'm just creating this shit. This was the first time I put myself on a schedule of making beats. I told myself I was gonna make 100 beats I told myself I was gonna make 75 beats in the month of August. So I did that. You know, this is me like trying to like just figure some shit out because I didn't know what the fuck I'm doing with my sound and shit. So I did that shit in July. In August, I said, all right, let's up the scope. Let's try to make 100. So I did that. I was like, okay, bet. So now I got 175 new beats that I could try to market and shit. I'm also on BeatStars and shit, trying to like figure out shit for new fresh. Cause 2021, I'm like, all right, new fresh about to come in on this type of shit.
Yeah.
New fresh about to come in with this. But unbeknownst to me, Fresh Kid ain't shit. Ain't trying to do shit no more.
Yeah.
So then it got to a point where I'm like, you know what? From Me to Me is the perfect tape to end Fresh Kid on.
It really is. Without you even knowing that was what it was gonna be.
Did not.
You was really closing a chapter on Fresh Kid.
Literally a closing chapter on Fresh Kid. So I got these characters. Like I started building like a characters list since Please Excuse My Steez in 2013. Real throwback shit. Real throwback. I started like building different names of characters and shit because like as an artist, you should have like a world building and shit. So I was just making up different character names. You know, I got names like Lenny Steez, Pastel Benjamin, Ronnie Frostbite, Lil Leonard from across the way, Lil Testarossa with the soda, Penn Wallace, Otto Moscato, come to take your bottle.
Otto Moscato.
DZ Diablo, goddamn. I could go on and on with this shit. So this is also going into the Clubhouse days. So when So in Clubhouse, I didn't want to put my name as Fresh Kid because I'm like, bro, fuck Fresh Kid. Like, I do not like
I
that
remember
name
you
no more.
putting Wave Parker on
So
there.
that's when I came up with Wave
And I'm
Parker.
like, what is that?
Yeah. So niggas on Clubhouse saw me as Wave Parker before I really came out as Wave Parker. Because at that point, that's when I was like, you know what? This is who I need to be.
Yeah.
So I came up with Wave Parker because I told myself, like, after listening to like a lot of Larry and like hearing a lot of beats, like Larry June type beats on BeatStars, and then like listening to more Carlo Got Wangs type shit. Payroll that got me introduced to Payroll Giovanni. They got me more entwined with Currency type shit. They got me more into Harry Fraud type shit. That got me into Jay Worthy type shit. Like I just like went on a tangent and like, yo, this is the sound that I've been trying to find for forever. Because even though at TSU I found my Southern sound, there was still the sound that I've been trying to find for a minute, and that was my funk side. Because from Cincinnati,
Come on.
just that Cincinnati funk.
You feel me?
You know, we good?
Yeah, we good.
All right, and even though I was influenced by a lot of Southern niggas, I'm influenced by a lot of West Coast niggas too.
For sure.
So G-Funk and Funk, or G-Funk is the cousin of Cincinnati Funk because Cincinnati Funk is like the Lakeside, Ohio Players, Parliament Funkadelic,
OJs.
Bootsy Collins,
Boozy.
OJs,
Come on.
all them niggas. So I've been trying to find that sound for a minute. So now that I found that sound, I told myself, I got a kid, I got married, because I got married in 2020 as well.
A lot of shit happened.
Man, got a kid, I'm married, I can't be Fresh Kid no more. I'm 25 years old trying to be Fresh Kid. Spelled, and the Fresh Kid spelled PHRESHKYD. Nigga, no. Get with the fucking times. And a lot of niggas told me this shit before. Like my nigga X. Shout out to you, X. Because you was right all along. And I'm man enough to say that shit now. At the time, I was very stubborn. And you was right. In 2017, the nigga got on me about like, bro, you got to change your name. And I'm hard-headed. I was hard-headed as fuck. Like I said, stubborn as fuck. A Taurus. I said, nah, nigga, I'm not changing my name. Thinking I'm gonna stay me. Man, I'm gonna stay Fresh Kid. I got all this shit going on as Fresh Kid. Nigga, I ain't had shit going on as Fresh Kid. Just because you got a website don't mean you got shit going on. Just because you got business cards and you got like shirts made don't mean you got shit going on. Nigga, you can get some new shit. You prove that shit. Niggas do this shit all the goddamn time.
All the time.
But like, nigga, nobody knows you for real. Like, that's me talking to myself, right? That was like, that's from me to me.
Damn.
Nigga.
Damn.
Nobody fucking knows you. Who gives a fuck? You can change your goddamn name. So X was right. I had to change my name, but I didn't listen to him. So going through 2017 and 2020 as Fresh Kid, you know, shit was good, but it wasn't as good as it could have been. So like end of 2020, before we moved up here, because we moved up here in December, that's when I came up with the name Wave Parker. So like I said, Wave Parker was just one of the many characters on this list. So I'm going through these character names like, all right, who the fuck could really describe what I'm trying to go into? Because I'm trying to go into this funk shit. I'm trying to enter a new era of shit. I was like, and it came to 3 names. It was Wave Parker, Steezy Wonder, and Lenny Steez. I didn't want to do Steezy Wonder because it's too close to Stevie Wonder. And I feel like the gimmick about that shit, I would have to do a lot of Stevie Wonder type shit.
100%.
So, knowing me, I would have tried to do that shit, but that would have got old real quick. So, Lenny Steez just didn't stick to me like I wanted it to. Because Lenny Steez is a real personal name, because Leonard's my middle name. If I would have changed my name to Lenny Steez, I should have did it after I graduated high school. And I tell myself that all the time. If I was to go back in time, I would have changed my name from Fresh Kid to Lenny Steez in 2013 and start fresh as Lenny Steez. And I still probably would be Lenny Steez today because that name fits with the sound that I'm making still.
For sure.
Cause like even just going off of doing my homework with Larry June, going from his first tape, Cali Grown, to his newest shit, that growth is eminent. Like nigga went from full trap shit to his player shit now. I'm like, I could have did the same shit. But whatever. So Lenny Steez didn't stick like I wanted it to, so I chose Wave Parker. The thing behind Wave Parker was I told myself I want to be more centered in shit. I want to be more authentic. Cause I was authentic as Fresh Kid, but I was too broad authentic. I wasn't like really speaking on shit like I could do.
Right.
And niggas would always tell me that like my close niggas in college, they be like, yo, I want to see you get personal. I want to see you get more you. Like I was too broad, too trying to be what's mainstream and shit. That I feel like having Kendrick Lamar as one of my inspirations that really fucked up my mindset on how I'm trying to do shit.
Yeah.
Because Kendrick Lamar is like a broad ass artist type shit. Even though he speaks on like niche shit sometimes, he wasn't as niche as I should have been looking up to.
Right.
So
right.
looking up to like him and Cole and shit was not what I should have been doing. So once I started listening to Larry June and Currency, and then like if you look at their fan bases, they're very niche. They're very specific.
Like certain niggas listen to them niggas.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, this is what I'm trying to go with, and this is the sound I'm trying to do, and like them niggas talking about the same shit that I'm talking about in a sense. It's the same hustle, just a different track.
Exactly.
Like I can relate to what they talking about, especially with Larry, because he talking about fatherhood, talking about just trying to do good to just make some money and shit, and like doing what he need to do to get the shit going. He on that play a pimp shit. My hoes just clothes and beats, but we play a pimping out here.
You feel me? Big trapping.
You feel me?
Yeah.
We moving bales of hoodies.
You feel me?
Type shit. But with Wave Parker, not only does that fit the player vibe on a personal level, my mom, I grew up in Cincinnati. Cincinnati is where my mom's side of the family. My mom's side of the family is the Parker clan. That's on our family tree. So I see Parker all the goddamn time. So that's where the Parker part comes from. The Wave part comes from my cousin, Mark B. Wavy, who's a photographer here.
Shout out.
So shout out to him. And then going to Walnut, he would drive me to school because he was 4 years older. So I'm 7th grade, he's 11th grade, 8th grade, he's 12th grade. I didn't start riding the bus till 9th grade. But riding with him, I'm hearing underground artists in Cincinnati. So he was my introduction to underground music for real. And he's the one that like put it in my mind that like you can do some shit off your art. Cause I was always an artist since I was younger. Well, since I was young, cause I used to draw and shit. But once I started getting into the music, he was getting into photography. He was getting into his clothing. And I saw niggas fucking with him with that shit. So he's always been an inspiration to my shit. So even before I changed my name to Wave Parker, I told him that shit. And I said, yo, do I have your blessing to put my name as Wave, as homage to you and shit? He was like, yeah, bro, I'm really touched by that too.
That's dope.
So shout out to Mark for that. So that's Wave Parker. So the reason why it's Wave Parker is because when I came up with that name off rip, it was during a time when I was making like names based off of different celebrities or different names. So Wave Parker came from so like another names I had was Freshly Snipes for Wesley Snipes, Steezy Wonder for Stevie Wonder, goddamn Splash Gordon for Flash Gordon, Steezy Gillespie for Dizzy Gillespie, and it just kept going on and on and on. Penn Wallace for Ben Wallace, just coming up with different shit. So I came up with Wave Parker because my cousin, who's a famous baseball player, Dave Parker, just wanted to do a name off of him. So now it's even more rooted into some personal shit. So that's how I came up with the name Wave Parker. And once 2021 came along, that's when everything from social media, my DSPs and shit, everything just became Wave Parker. So no more Fresh Kid. The only shit that you can find Fresh Kid stuff on, I mean, you can find my Fresh Kid shit on YouTube, on my Fresh Kid page, cause shit, I still use it to watch YouTube. You can find Fresh Kid on Audio Mac, but the only Fresh Kid that you'll ever hear is on my compilation tape, which is what I dropped to have a profile on Spotify and Apple Music as Wave Parker, is on this compilation tape called Before the Wave. And those are all just a compilation of songs that I feel like were my best Fresh Kid songs.
And that's dope as shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I just like I went on a journey there, cause like the name is deeper than just a random name.
Yeah.
It's like it actually means something. Like,
yeah.
and I feel like that's when you step into like artistry. You know what I'm saying? When you intentional with it. Like that's, you made an intentional choice. And like we see name changes happen over the course of a lot of artists' careers, and once they made that name change and shift happened for them, like, you know what I'm saying? So,
and what's crazy is everything I'm doing as Wave Parker is shit that I've dreamed about or thought about as Fresh Kid. But for some reason, like I can accurately say I could not see that shit as Fresh Kid.
Right.
And for a long time, it was like, is Fresh? Can I really see Fresh Kid in Lights? Yeah. No, I couldn't, because it wasn't Fresh Kid that was gonna be that was gonna get the shit.
Right.
It was always gonna be Wave Parker, but I didn't know that till I had to go through that journey.
You got to go through the journey. Be intentional with your growth. Anything, like, the journey is not in vain. That's why we say, like, as artists, we have to just do it. Like, get out your head and just do it. And the journey is always gonna be like worth it, bro. Because like, even if it's not up to your like what your expectations, your journey can always be like, it's still your journey. You know what I mean? And you can always grow from that.
A lot of shit I talk about to other artists is shit that I did as Fresh Kid that I did not fuck with. Like, when niggas say, "Oh, I'm not gonna drop for a minute," nigga, drop your shit. Don't be afraid to drop your shit. That's the whole reason why I dropped 6 tapes in 2022.
Drop that shit.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
And then, like, also as Wave Parker, I'm working on songs before working on an album. Like, when I was Fresh Kid, I would just work. I would come up with, because, like, for some reason, I would come up with the title of the tape. I would come up with the song titles and everything, but I didn't make the music yet. So it would always just be, I'm working on these song titles because this is the tape I want to drop. Fuck that. Now I'm at a point where I got a vault, because I told myself as Wave Parker, I want to make a vault. I just want to make music and drop it whenever I feel like it. So that whole, when I dropped Before the Wave, that whole year of 2021, I was just writing songs and recording them, not knowing what the hell I'm gonna drop that year. And I didn't worry about that shit at the moment. And I would buy beats not knowing when I dropped them songs. But I just wanted to make the songs. Just wanted to get the shit out. So like in 2021, the first Wave Parker project was I'm Just Getting Started, Love. At that time, I had 35 songs recorded, but I only dropped 7. So that was like a major step of my name change, or my change in artistry direction, because if it was Fresh Kid, I would have dropped all them shits. If I was Fresh Kid, I would have
said he would have let them motherfuckers all go on one project.
I would have dropped.
Now what you got to show for
a 10-track EP, and then I would have dropped like a 25-track album if I was Fresh Kid. And then I gotta do that shit all over again. Nah.
Right.
Cause what's funny is, after I did I'm Just Getting Started, Love, I just kept recording some more. And that's what came up, and that's why January 10th of this year, once New Year's came, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna drop 6 tapes this year, but I'm gonna keep on making more music. Like, literally, with the tape names, or the 6 tapes, I probably had like, what, maybe 50 songs recorded from. So I dropped I'm Just Getting Started, Love in October. I made probably like 15, 20 more songs after I made that shit. Like, all right, we're going to keep on going, because this is what we're going to do for next year.
And that just makes so much sense, because, like, when we say drop shit, we're not saying just be reckless and, like,
you got to be smart with the shit.
Be strategically consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Be strategically consistent. Like you said, if you was Fresh Kid, you probably would have dropped 10, then 25. That's not strategic, right? Like, but now it's a strategy to it, but you're staying consistent with it. And I think that's the biggest thing, especially as, you know, artists, underground artists, be strategic, and consistent. If you do those two things and fall in love with the process, you do those three things, you should see growth and some type of growth. You ain't gonna go backwards. Even if it's not as much growth as you think it should be, it's still growth. Growth is growth.
And even with the shit that you make, you can sit on it.
Sit on it, like, yeah. You can sit on certain shit. If you making a lot, sit on it. Drop some shit and sit on some shit. One of the songs, like, okay, for like two things about Celebrate Every Win. One, the last track, Evangelion, I made that song on December 31st, 2021. Wow. And that shit ain't coming out till December 18th, 2022. Light It Up. That beat was one of the 75 beats I made in 2020. Wow. And they ain't coming out till now. Crazy. Yes, sir. Same thing. That beat was made in 2020. Yup. So once again,
didn't know what I was gonna do with the shit, but I just knew I was gonna do something with it.
Create the music, create the art, and then figure out.
The music will let you know when it's ready.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Create it, and then you will figure out what to do with it. Yep. But create it first, and try your best to stay consistent with it, man. Yep.
Cause even right now, I got enough music right now that I can drop 6 tapes in 2023 and another 6 tapes in 2024.
Come on.
And that's just songs that I got recorded. No, that's just songs I got. That's songs I got recorded and ready to record. That's not even counting the shit that I'm still writing.
Man, over the course of this last year, I would say the last 2 years, I'm going to start from because we about to be at the end of 2022. So from 2021 to now, I've recorded, created at least 100 songs. Yep. And in the time span from 2021 to now, I've only released 8 songs.
Jesus.
I dropped a 7-song project in 2021.
Drop some of that shit, man.
And dropped a single in this year, and I dropped the compilation. So that's not even counting my compilation verses with BTB. Yeah. But my own personal shit, 100 songs in the last 2 years, almost 2 years. So now I'm at a point where it's like, all right, I created the art. Now it's about being consistent. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So the consistency is about to pick up, and it's gonna be like niggas just. Hey, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Get ready, bro.
Hey, get ready.
Get ready, cause I'm about to go so crazy. Like if people been tapped into to what I've been doing so far, oh my God.
Bro. Oh. Cincinnati as a whole.
Crazy, right?
Let me say, Cincinnati as a whole, niggas is about to understand we got some shit going on.
Come on, bro.
Cause Cincinnati been overlooked with a whole bunch of shit, and we got too much talent here, especially in the scene that we're in.
Oh,
to be unnoticed.
Oh, and niggas, and I think we all starting to see it now. Everybody is starting to see it, especially like the pockets that we in. You know what I'm saying? Man. You can't even call us underground no more, cause niggas know. Like, niggas know. Like,
shout out to Devin.
Yeah, niggas know. You feel me? Shout out to my nigga Devin, man. And he one of those guys. Man. And like, I think it's a renaissance happening in Cincinnati because we all are collaborating. We all doing shows together. We all got records together. So one of us pop, then we all lit.
Yep.
We all lit. Trust me, cause shit, I know I got a song with somebody. And if they go back and listen to that joint, they might listen to me, you know what I'm saying? And they might listen to, it's just a big trickle effect.
Here's a chain that I can make right now. If I was a pop right now, they gon' let's say 2010 blog era blows up right now.
Yeah.
No, not 2010 blog. Let's say NBA Street Volume 2 blows up right now.
Yeah.
NBA Street Volume 2 blows up, that means they hear you, Khari.
Yep.
If they hear you, Khari, then boom, they gonna hear By the Pound. Now Banks blow up.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna hear and then they gonna hear the whole tape, the whole BTB tape.
Mm-hmm.
So now Dayo blow up. Now Siri blow up. Now Rebel blow up. They Butter blow up. Papagora blow up. Now we got H2O and Sir Wonder over here blowing up. Now we got Devin Burgess, Swooty Mac over here blowing up. Now we got No, we got goddamn shit.
Too Rich Benji going crazy.
Too Rich Benji going up. We got J Scene blowing up. We got DB3 blowing up. We got Auntie JoJo blowing up. We got goddamn
Raya Bella.
We got Raya Bella blowing up. We got goddamn TJG going up. We got damn shit.
It's a trickle effect.
It's a trickle effect. And that we didn't even name everybody. I didn't even hit the tip of the iceberg.
Didn't even name everybody, bro. Like, and that's the beautiful thing. And I think this whole art to art was dope because I think we literally went on a journey, right? We went from like 8th grade when we first met or first started like, you know, doing music together to now. And we always talk about it, bro. And I think we do a good job of reminding each other.
We always talk about different shit each time.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even hit a lot of shit that we talked about last time.
Right.
I know for sure we didn't even touch on shit that I probably wanted to touch on because I forgot.
Right. And
it's
crazy, bro. Because I don't know, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm excited about the future, man. We about to go crazy. Like I said, nigga, get ready.
We gonna have to do this again. That's not.
This is lit. Like we just do this shit. Like we can just do this whenever. Man. You know what I'm saying? This is for us. This is this is a art to art, a heart to heart, from artist to artist. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
We gonna just do this shit. But it's lit. I don't even gotta close it out, cause nigga, this ain't no podcast.
Hey, just know niggas know.
Just know niggas know on the gang.
Yeah.